And it was actually earlier this year that I decided, I think I was even sharing this in our coaching container earlier this week, that I got to a point where I was like, I've been trying this since 2018 now, with a lot of failure and like a little bit of success kind of peppered through.
Yeah.
And I'd then gone back to project management. So I was working full time as well and kind of doing this on the side. I was exhausted. I was like, do you know what? I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to go and like learn a little bit more information, because I kept spending more money and more money and more money and more money and more money on learning more and more and more information, thinking that the next program I go into is going to give me the golden nugget of success. The next program I go into is going to give me that. And the one thing I hadn't really done properly was sit down and actually implement everything that I had learned. So I'd spent, up until now, I've spent about $36,000 just on business coaching. That's not even including the coaching certificate trainings that I've taken.
Wow.
And it was earlier this year that I actually did this exercise where I sat down and I was like, I'm actually going to like not continue learning anything new. I'm actually just going to sit back and implement the things that I've learned, because I kind of like started implementing things. And like, if you're listening to this and maybe you're the same, you've gone done all these coaching programs and you're like, oh yeah, that thing, that's so useful, that's so helpful. And then you kind of like thought about it and then moved on and not necessarily implemented it. And then you're wondering why your business isn't succeeding.
That's so, can I just say that's hilarious, because I have this book that I tell everyone to read, and obviously when they pay to do the program, they do the book because you're paying it a big investment. But when I speak to people that have read the book that haven't done it through like a program setting where I'm giving the guidance, none of them read the book, and I'm like, wow, the actual exercises were life changing for me. So you need to go back and read the book.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like you learn the information, but if you don't actually then go and do something with it, you're really just wasting your time. And I started to realize this, and I was like, and it was really uncomfortable. And I was trying to figure this out, because and maybe other people are feeling this as well. It's that you're like learning this thing and then you feel like uncomfortable doing it in your business because you think you're going to do something wrong. Mm-hmm. Or well, maybe what if it fails? And it's like, well, it's failing already anyway. So you may as well just try and like go and do the things. And it was earlier this year that I actually started doing that. And I surrendered to being like, do you know what? I just need to do the work. And I think that the reason why I'd kind of struggled with this previously is because there were so many coaches in the industry that I was following that was talking about this ease and flow and like, it's going to be super effortless. And, I'm going to help you turn your business around in like 6 weeks to be like $1 million business. And like, it's going to be so easy. And you're going to be telling people how easy it is. And it was giving me this like false promise that, oh, well, it should be easy. So if it's not easy, I'm failing in some way. I'm obviously doing something wrong.